141 pounds, 2 versus 4. Nick Lee undefeated. Tristan Moran comes in at 16-2 for Wisconsin. These two met a couple of times last year. Moran winning in the duel, and then Nick Lee able to turn the tide. They were 1-1 last year. Nick Lee has had a phenomenal season. 14-0, as I mentioned before. Bonus points machine. He scored bonus points in 13 of the 14 victories.
Fakes are good. Yes. Good. Hey, that's hands in the face.
Hoping to have Bobby Douglas join us a little bit later on in the broadcast.
We're neutral.
Tristan Moran, so dangerous. Had that big weekend against Minnesota, and Nebraska beat Mitch McKee in Minneapolis. That was back on January 10th, and followed that up by beating Chad Rudd in Nebraska.
Stay in your stance.
Nothing.
Lee
Still neutral.
Wraps up the double leg. Nittany Lion. Good, crisp finish. 2-0.
Get off your belly now. Get off your belly.
You look at 141 pounds. Nick Lee, of course, Penn State. Luke Pletcher of Ohio State. Those two guys on a collision course.
You go for 2 here, you can get reversal. T, don't let him have that.
Next weekend, Penn State and Ohio State, right here on BTN.
T, you're out. Keep the hand.
Nick Lee out of Evansville, Indiana.
Keep that legal.
T, keep that hand.
Two-time All-American. Pair of 5th place finishes, was 3rd at the Big Tens in Minneapolis last March. Got an arm bar on Moran.
Watch that arm.
Gonna go hammer lock. Riding time now over 50 seconds for Lee.
I got a warning red.
Stall call on Moran. And here's a tilt. Back points for Nick Lee. He'll have 2 upcoming. Got a 2 count, did not get a 4. So now they'll allow him to wrestle his position, see if he's able to improve upon the 2-point turn.
Same move. T, get 1 here.
And now the 2 points awarded. Takedown and a turn for 2. Riding time nearing 1.5 minutes.
Get working, gentlemen. Get working.
Nick Lee in Big Ten matches has outscored his opponents 97-20. He's averaging over 16 points a match in the Big Ten. You got to be kidding me. Incredible. 9 straight bonus points victory for Nick Lee. He's got Moran flat center of the mat. Just suffocating on top. Up to this point, Moran not close to escape. Here's the turn from Lee. Roll through tilt.
Green chooses bottom.
Lee now with choice. He'll go on bottom.
Red, you got a warning.
Deferred.
Red, you have a warning. Green,
but with Moran, you are never safe with him. He is super dangerous.
Stay with it.
That match against McKee at Minnesota, he was down by, I want to say, 4 or 5 points against the All-American McKee.
Yes, Turk.
I believe against Red, the match I talked about earlier against Nebraska, he was down as well. And there's a reversal, 6-0. Wisconsin leading 6-0. Got a win from Barnett at 125, and then Seth Gross. Highlight defense to close that match and secure the victory against Roman Bravo Young. Gave the Nittany Lion sophomore his first defeat of the season.
Hurry up, Red. Red, let's go.
Slick work there from Lee on the edge.
Red check, green.
Moran wrestled at Oklahoma State for 3 years before coming to Madison. Was behind 2-time national champion Dean Heil. Was 3-2 at the NCAA championships last March in Pittsburgh. Was 6th at the Big Ten.
Fingers.
Moran with an escape, 6-1, down by 5. Riding time at 2:10 for Lee.
40, close the gap. Take ground. Nice. Go get it, go get it.
Here's Moran with the single leg.
Pull it in.
We're neutral.
Yeah, pull it in.
Gonna have to work up.
We're neutral.
Head up. Head up.
Now Lee
Two green.
with the advantage position, and he scores. Goes right into an arm bar.
Keep that legal.
Short time,
Green.
Tristan.
Keep that on the
Now
back.
for short
Keep that on
time,
the back.
Tristan.
Keep that on
Bottom line is against the best guys in the country, Lee being one. It's about a
Good work,
quick
gentlemen.
finish. You get caught underneath, bad things are
Action.
going to happen. An example of it right there. And once again, closing
Bring on,
period
Red.
out on
Stop on
top.
neutral.
Nick Lee in command,
We
8
need
to
you,
1.
T. Come on, T. Hustle here.
Moran with choice, going to go on bottom.
Red set, green.
Maybe a little bit surprised he chose bottom, seeing as how Lee's been able to ride him for 2.5 minutes.
Get this.
Go green.
Get this, T.
But as I mentioned
green.
before, Moran's dangerous in all positions.
Up, stay on the base. Get your feet now, T. Get your base, T.
Another breakdown there from Lee. The Badger flat
We need a point, man.
has that inside wrist.
We need a point. We're working hard here.
You know, situation right here in this
Action.
duel
T, we need
I got a
one.
one
where you're
red.
fighting for your team.
One green.
And there's another call on Moran, a point for Lee. And now he
We need two
was
here.
working a
We need
tilt
two
once
runs here,
again.
T. We rolled a guy.
riding time over 3 minutes. So essentially a
Keep working, gentlemen.
10-1 match.
T, we need one, buddy. We need
The major decision in
Keep working,
place
gentlemen. Let's go.
for Lee and Penn State here at 141.
One.
And it might be more than just a major before it's all said and done, because another
Got
turn
it.
is going to be
Got that.
4
Let it
points.
go. There's score. Green.
Knock this in. Get your turn again. You
Another
cannot
turn,
get
it'll be a
tired.
tech fall
Get
for
one.
Lee.
Get
So if you're
one.
Moran right here again, you got to fight for your team.
Action.
Team points hanging in the balance here at 141.
Action, gentlemen. Come on, guys.
He is riding him like a leech, Nick Lee.
One.
And there's another turn, just a 1 count. Lee readjusts.
Do that legal. Do that legal. Do that legal.
Watch his shoulder. Watch it.
20 seconds.
Watch his shoulder. T, you fight. T,
Do
nothing.
that legal. Do it legal.
Short time.
Do it legal.
With riding time at 4.5 minutes. Nick Lee for Penn State's the 14-1 major decision. That puts the Nittany Lions on the board.